really a huge pleasure and privilege to be leading the ocean sciences strategy at the university. We pride ourselves to be a dynamic African university and contributing to sustainable futures. And in so doing, the Ocean Sciences campus is a key catalyst for promoting sustainability. We are really excited about the opportunities that the oceans economy offers for the people of South Africa, given that we have a coastline of over 3,000 kilometers. And as a university, we are seeking to play a key role in this regard by assisting government, industry, and communities to make a meaningful contribution to tapping into the potential of the oceans economy while also sustaining the rich biodiversity of our oceans and preserving ecological sustainability and conservation.
We see the oceans economy as one of the strategies to grow the economy of South Africa, because at the moment we are struggling, to grow this economy with a number of other sectors that are available. We want to see how oceans economy can actually make a contribution. In doing so, we're looking at the financing of the oceans economy, private and public partnerships that ensure that we finance the sectors that are relevant in the oceans economy. Over and above that, we're also addressing issues of skills constraints to ensure that we don't run out of the skills that we need to grow the economy. Campuses such as the Ocean Science Campus, I think it does a lot of work to ensure that we supply the economy with the requisite skills, ensure that South Africa gains from the oceans economy. There are many other coastal areas that are around the oceans, which also should benefit, for example, through small and medium enterprises that participate in oceans economy. Also looking at what motivates the people to participate in those in the oceans economy, or what makes them not to participate. Skills are very important, boat building, boat repairing, and many other skills from technology, finances, and so on. Economics, trading in the oceans economy, those are all important, which we are studying in our projects.
The Institute has got 3 strategic trusts, one being advocacy, the promotion of the understanding of the ocean and its use. The second one is the promotion of skills development, capacity development. The third one is research and innovation. The alignment between SAIMI and Mandela University has enabled us to achieve some of the strategic goals that we have set for the Institute itself. The importance of the oceans economy cannot be underestimated because it contributes to the country's GDP. The university is a critical partner in this regard. We have partnered on the achievement of quite a number of the stated objectives. One of those is the university hosting the Maritime Robotics Center, which has the purpose of supporting students from master's and PhD level, as well as the development of new maritime technologies, such as unmanned vehicles, underwater gliders, and maritime robotics.
Within marine robotics, we've developed some equipment, and we have a number of students that we try and mentor, and hopefully be able to grow the institution, or as part of the unit into something bigger. So there's quite a big need for what we're currently doing. So it's just making sure that we can match the technology that we're developing with the need that's out there.
Rescue South Africa is an NGO, MPO. It mainly focuses on disaster response. Rescue South Africa has a partnership with the Nelson Mandela University, where their cache of disaster response equipment, which amounts to about 60 tons, sits in storage at the Nelson Mandela University, and the university looks after it. That also gives our students within the BEMC program access to this equipment and allows them to practice it on a daily basis. We have facilities here that we can use for our training. We have some confined space areas. We're also very close to the ocean. We have a few vessels that we use to train our students in for aquatic rescue. We try and follow the first world standard when we're training. We like to refer to it as what we call high fidelity simulation. So when we are training our students and they've completed both the practicals and both the practical component and the theoretical component of a specific course. We then create a scenario that simulates the environment that they could be exposed to.
PV Insight is a spin-out company from Nelson Mandela University, and we specialize in the testing of photovoltaics modules, both in our accredited laboratory here on the campus and on-site at PV plants across the country. We are the first accredited PV testing laboratory in South Africa. Photovoltaic modules or solar panels are a key part of renewable energy transition in South Africa. They're very important for all the new solar utility PV plants as well as new solar installations. And our work focuses around ensuring the quality of these modules, ensuring how they degrade with time as expected, and making sure that they will perform as expected over the entire lifetime of these modules. So our work has been based here on this campus since 2014, and we also have mobile testing units that test at PV plants across the country.
CMR actually started within the science faculty some time ago and has really evolved. It's not just belonging to science anymore, it belongs to all the faculties, and we do work that's in social sciences and health sciences, and the Ocean Science campus is able to bring us all together in one space so we can have that interaction. So it's a really important next step in the evolution of both CMR and Nelson Mandela University and our work towards building a larger ocean sciences ecosystem.
SCION is a business unit of the National Research Foundation. It's one of the national facilities. And we are mandated to deploy and maintain long-term observatories in all the biomes, ecoregions, and habitats of South Africa. So that is both terrestrial and marine. So SCION's mandate is, as I mentioned, long-term observations. So we deploy instrumentation into the ocean, in the oceans, underneath the oceans, on the beaches, rocky shores, etc., that collect data over the long term. And the purpose of that is to detect what changes are taking place in our oceans over time, linked either to climate change or anthropogenic changes that are taking place.
There's a group of us. I've got a team of about 20 people locally, and that's expanded internationally into about 64 people. So that's students, postgraduates, and researchers. Big team. And we focus essentially on understanding how the oceans work. So this includes the physics, the biogeochemistry, the plankton, which get divided up into phytoplankton and zooplankton, the grass and the moocows, as I always say to students, and then the various trophic levels with the fisheries at the top of it. We focus on the Western Indian Ocean because this is an area that is reaching almost a crisis because of climate change. So we've got climate change happening in the background, and we've got an Indian Ocean, in particular Western Indian Ocean next to Africa, that's beginning to warm up very fast.
So my research group focuses on the impacts of climate change on coastal and estuarine environments, and specifically coastal and estuarine fish. And then we also look at coastal nursery areas, because lots of fish have specific habitat requirements in their juvenile phase, which means they use different specific nursery habitats as juveniles, and then the adults are found in deeper habitats. So it's really important to identify these nursery habitats and conserve them to make sure that we've got healthy adult fish stocks for communities that rely on them. So our research group, I've got currently 7 MSc students and 2 PhD students, as well as a postdoctoral researcher. They are based here on the Ocean Sciences campus, and they're working on different projects focused on climate change and nursery habitats for fish.
Our field of study in the Shallow Water Ecosystems Research Chair, we work on coastal habitats, coastal ecosystems, and we work specifically on estuaries. Estuaries are the meeting place of land and sea, and South Africa has about 290 estuaries, so our research works across from science, policy to management. Very exciting field to be in, all about conservation and restoration of estuaries.
The chair is part of a concerted effort at South African level and also continental-wide that is aimed at developing the law of the sea by Africa for Africa. And this is done in a number of ways. So firstly, through an involvement in teaching and learning. The law of the sea is made available as an elective at LB level for fourth-year law students, as well as so they can also complete a treatise. Then you also have that at master's level, and that carries through all the way to doctoral and postdoc level. The chair has also been involved with specifically developing legal scholarship from an African perspective, because within the wider landscape or seascape, even if we should use that term, Africa has played a significant and substantial contribution to the development of the body of law, but this is often missing from the broader picture.
So the Fisheries Academy's main focus here and research area is to look at fisheries crime. Now, fisheries crime includes all the serious offences linked throughout the fisheries value chain, includes items such as corruption, document fraud, human trafficking, forced labour, firearm trafficking. We work directly with law enforcement. One of our main goals is to professionalise the law enforcement sector within fisheries crime. So we try and promote and build law enforcement expertise, not only within South Africa, but within the Southern African development community. To, like I said, create a more professional network of law enforcement officers to fight fisheries crime and illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing.
Under the chair of Ocean Cultures and Heritage, we look at the human connection to the sea, how people are connected deeply and intertwined with the sea, whether it be their rituals, cultural practices, so on, how it relates to the sea and the importance of the sea in their lives. Because we work in 5 countries, we go out into the field and we conduct interviews with coastal communities from Port Nolloth in South Africa to Ponsa, as well as in the other 4 countries. When we go out in the fields, we engage with the communities, do the interviews, hear the stories, and really collect their memories of the ocean, what the ocean means to them, how they're connected, their intangible and tangible feelings with the ocean. And in doing this, we foster empowerment in the communities. We are enabling them to engage on different levels for the indigenous knowledge systems that can be used in different forums, and how this needs to be incorporated into policy and government institutions.
The Ocean Sciences Campus was purchased in 2017 from CSIR. Initially, CSIR was still on the campus, and they occupy some of the buildings that was part of the original purchase agreement. We did consult widely on the campus and to ensure that all the buildings were designed and fit for purpose. Once this project was completed, we then moved to the upgrading and preparing space in A block for Saimi. They are one of our research partners.
Because this was a new campus that was purchased, there were no spaces for students, research, etc. to sit and meet and congregate. We then initiated the Commons, which was built in the old CSR cafeteria. We expanded onto that, so that boasts a number of new boardrooms. It also has a 100-seater conference room, which is very well utilized. Second phase of new block extension was designed to specifically accommodate specialized research laboratories. We also have postgrad research laboratories on the floor we are now, dive tank unit for our divers training and research. The project that overlapped that one was the Science Center. The Science Center is very unique. We have a digital dome, which is 25 meters in diameter and at a 40-degree slope. So that is really the focal point of the Science Center.
We can see that ocean sciences is constituted by a rich mosaic of transdisciplinary activity across learning and teaching, research, innovation and internationalization, and transformative engagement and partnerships. We look forward to a future filled with possibility